are back for another episode, another one, or
another one.
A DJ Khaled calls it.
Hit him with another one.
I was just thinking, I was like, am I referencing DJ Khaled? And I was like, you know what? We're just going to roll with it.
Just roll.
Let's start us off, dear sister.
Hello, and welcome back to the Unapologetic Conversations with the Comans. I am your co-host, Dr. E.
And I am Donald Coleman.
And this is the Unapologetic Conversations with the Comans. Hey.
Yeah. You can clearly tell who's the more energized one today. And we're going to get into that reason and why in a second. But first, why don't you start us off with your tools and techniques, and then we'll go into what we're drinking today.
All right. So how are you guys? Tap in on our social media, whether it's via DM or up under one of our posts. You can also email us, which will be linked below. Let us know how you guys are doing. Each week, we're talking about different tools and techniques to assist you to get through your week. So this week for me, I had to do a lot of just isolating and focusing. And I want to take away the stigmatism around like isolating, right? Because sometimes when we think about that, we're like, isolating is not a good term. But for me, in order to sometimes just focus on the things that I need to get achieved, I have to take away external things. So I'm a big person of you cannot pour into someone else something that you have not poured into yourself. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was powerful. I felt that in the chest cavity.
Thank you, Donald. So this week I isolated and I poured into myself. I was able to pour into my website. I wanted to do some new design things on my website. And as you guys know, I have ebooks on my website. So I wanted to go back into my ebooks, read all of them, and see if there was anything I wanted to add to my ebook. So I did some revision on that. I still had to have time to pour into my self-care. So I had to go to the gym, had to get my nails done. If you guys are watching, you will see she has pink and white ombre. So I had to just literally focus on Ebony. So I was able to, this Sunday, pour into our podcast. I have clients that I see because I do wellness coaching and consulting as well. So if you haven't checked out drebonycoleman.com, make sure you do that. Yes.
Y'all know it is not an episode without the shameless plug. I think y'all should just get used to that at this point. Y'all know us, and I was going to plug something. So
plugging. We out here. We need multiple streams of income, okay? So if you're not plugging on all of your platforms, you missing out. You're not winning, you losing. But so I did a lot of that. And as you guys can see, I feel like I'm glowing today from the inside out because I was able to isolate and focus on the things that make me feel whole. Sometimes we think that we need partners to make us feel whole or going out and being social with others to make us feel whole. Sometimes you just need to isolate and focus on you so you can be your best you. That self-care, that self-worth, that self-value, I soaked it in and I accomplished a lot this week. I was able to check mark each day in my planner the things that I was accomplishing. And I looked up today and I'm like, it's podcast day. And I've accomplished everything I wanted to do because I didn't let external things deviate from that. So those are my tools and techniques of the week. Make sure sometimes if you're feeling like people are taking and pulling and taking from you, take back your power, isolate and focus, and get it done. So.
Yes, beautifully put. If you guys are liking what she is hearing, again, she is a wellness coach. So you guys can go on her website, sign up for your session today. Let's kick in the new year on a bright, lightful note and just get your life right. And so she is the lady to help you accomplish that. So moving on, our next segment, we do our coffee of the day. We can't even say morning anymore because by the time we're recording this, It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
So I think we just kind of accepted that mornings. We just have to be maladaptive.
Yeah, yes.
And
Flexible.
so I will kick us off. I am drinking some chamomile tea. I got this. So just a little backstory. I always like supporting mom and pop shops, small, maybe obscure coffee shops. And so this coffee shop, Sweetwater Cafe, by my house, they make these like teas. They're in-house teas, in-house brews. And so I got a chamomile tea. I add cane sugar for sweetness because some teas can be very bitter. If you like strong bitter tea, then I mean, go off, that's you. But I like a little bit of cane sugar. I also add a little bit of honey in this as well.
Oh, okay.
And chamomile tea is very good. So going back earlier, this is why I'm very mellowed out today, is because chamomile, it makes you very calm, relaxed. Great tea to go to bed with. Not so much great of a tea to drink in the middle of the day when you got things to do.
Exactly.
So I think, I've learned my lesson. So that's why today I'm just doing 55 and she's doing 80. So I think y'all appreciate that down the line.
Yes, 80. If you guys know, also follow me on TikTok. I have not been doing all of the TikToks on my TikTok. I've been making up my own little pathways. But when you just said going 80 miles per hour, all I could think was Corvette.
I was just about to think, I was like, Corvette. Yeah, isn't it, y'all, if you are the youngest sibling out there, isn't it sickening when your siblings are on social media like TikTok and Instagram? Like, I can't even stop her at this point.
No, you cannot stop me. First off, you cannot stop me. You cannot box me in. First, when people try to do that, I'm like, well, you're a doctor. You're supposed to be like this. I'd be like, so what? How does a doctor look? What is a doctor supposed to do and look like? Because if I was thinking that doctors are supposed to look like and act like this, I wouldn't have became one, because I don't see a lot of them that look like me. Yeah, well, that's a gem. That's a gem.
Actually, no, it's so funny you say that, because I know a lot of influencers on TikTok that are doctors, medical professionals on TikTok, and that's like, I don't know, I think his name is Dr. Norton. I may be saying it wrong. He's also a psychologist on TikTok, and he makes TikToks literally talking about therapy and mental health. So no, I feel like definitely whatever profession you're in, I think social media is just starting to evolve so much to the point where I think all these ideas and stereotypes of what we think professionalism is starting to change. And honestly, I'm here for it.
Me too. Because I used to always be, okay, here's a little backstory. I used to always be the person where I was working on my PhD, whether it was classes or writing my dissertation, I always was a person of balance. So in the daytime, I would be working my 9 to 5. Then I would come home. I would do some days of where I'm just working either on coursework or working on my dissertation. And then at night, turn up. Okay, I was lit in the club, in a section. Don't judge me, because I still came out as a 4.0 PhD, psychology major, specialty in forensics. So don't ever put a label on yourself or make society think that they can box you in, because you are whatever you allow your world to be. So my world was, I'm going to be professional, but I'm going to have a good time because I'm not married and I don't have nobody's kids. So period. Period, Pooh. Okay.
Oh, not the period, Pooh. Yeah. Period. We're gonna work on that behind the scenes, y'all. I'm so sorry you have to witness that, but yeah, no. So tell the audience what you're drinking today.
Okay. I had a client session right before I had this podcast, so I'm already a cup of coffee in. And if you guys don't know, what'd you say, Donald?
I said we can tell. Still love you, but we can tell, most definitely.
You know what? That ain't right. But I love my Starbucks Pike Place. That I am an avid Starbucks drinker. Shouts out to Starbucks. Y'all, we need to get some partnerships and sponsorships going on. So if you guys are listening, hi Starbucks, plug us in.
Yes,
Unapologetic conversation.
any coffee brands wishing to expand their audience, expand their horizons, we are always in the market for a good old fashioned sponsorship. So just, email will be linked down below.
But so what I am drinking right now, of course, is Starbucks Pike Place. I have my 2 pumpkins. I have my 4 raw sugar. And today, because y'all know I usually just drink it like that, I put a little organic honey in it. And I put a little creamer, which is hazelnuts. So it's looking real beige over here today in my coffee cup. And it's not something that I'm used to, but I feel like I needed it. I did my session, I poured into my client, and now I just wanted to pour some more caffeine back into me. So I have my favorite mug. Okay, ring light. Boom. Jesus and coffee. I love this mug. I think I got it from Ross. So if you guys wanted to know where I got my mug from, I got it from Ross. Ross always has like cute little knick-knack things, and I'm in the South, so if you guys don't have Ross where you are, Marshalls is about the same equivalency. So yeah, that's my coffee.
Definitely, I think Starbucks. One thing I can't say about Starbucks, I use their almond milk creamer. I believe it's caramel. It's caramel latte one, because as you know, me and Derry have beef. So I don't like to consume a lot of dairy. Whenever it's possible, I always ask for either oat milk or almond milk. And yeah, I really like the Starbucks creamer. I'm glad that they understand that, a lot of the consumers, live dairy-free lifestyles. So I appreciate that.
Yes. Shout out to all, I think it's like vegans, and it's a lot of people that's on that journey, even if your diet is not restricted by just the body not being able to consume it. So shout out to everybody that has that dietary restrictions, but you still living your life. And I don't know if you know, Donald, I don't know if we discussed it, but when I first started becoming a runner, it was hard for me to run longer than like a mile. And if you know me, you know I am a half a marathon girl at this point. But I've been on this journey for probably like 9 years. I've been an avid runner. But the first thing that I had to do was change my diet. Mm-hmm. So for 2 years, I became a pescatarian just to kind of clean out and restart my system. Then when I was able to restart, I started adding chicken back in. I add turkey back in. I'm still not beef or pork, but I do chicken and turkey. And those are more like leaner meats. And my body is able to process it. Women, oh my gosh, beef or pork, if you eat it, it stays in your body for 14 days. So imagine if you eat a burger Monday and you eat a burger again on Friday, your body still has not dispelled all of that you put in. So if you have a fupa, or if you have just, some stomach you want to get rid of, stop eating those burgers. Trust me. Yeah. And go on my website and look at my ebooks. I got some gems there too.
I was just about to say, I know you addressed it in, I think is it the 7-day detox?
Yeah.
I see, I'm a good I remember things.
You love me.
I do remember when it's necessary. I remember you were talking about that. So yeah. No, definitely. I think I actually know a friend. He's fully vegan. He's raw vegan actually. And I was like, well, what's the difference between regular veganism and raw veganism? And raw veganism is totally like strict plant-based, like nothing, no processed, because there are some processed foods that are vegan, right? Like Oreos are vegan, but it ain't healthy for you. So definitely shout out to anyone just trying out new diets. I know the beginning of the year is always like that time where people are just exploring different avenues of like, how do you want to better yourself? Like whether it be what do you eat, what are you putting in your body, exercise. So yeah, shout out if you're on that journey. Keep going, because I know I got my gallon of water in the back. I'm about to start Monday.
Listen, y'all, in another gym, just another one, as DJ Donald was saying, not Callie, DJ Donald. But spring water, I talk about this in my book. Spring water is naturally alkaline. It might not have the highest pH as like core or smart water, but if you cannot afford that, because I know at the grocery store it'd be like $10.99 for 6 bottles of smart water. That's crazy. You can get you a whole case of spring water for like $3.99, $4.99, depending on what grocery store you at. If you drink 4 of these, you are halfway to a gallon. You drink 4 more, you are at a gallon. Regular size water bottles. But you can also get a spring water gallon for like 97 cents. So if that is the journey that you want to go on, ladies and gentlemen, if you're trying to get this clear skin, you need to drink and consume like 3 or 4 times a week a gallon of water. Gallon of water, and work out for 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've had people come to me like, how do you get your skin so clear? And I do use some facial products. Like I use Cetaphil.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, like that brand, excuse me, because everyone has different skin types. So I know Cetaphil, however you pronounce that. If I'm butchering it, don't come for me. But I know that brand in particular, that's good for all skin types. I know a lot of dermatologists recommend that. So I use that facial wash, every day. But other than that, it's really just drinking about a gallon of water a day. Like, and I've had people be like, how do you do that? How do you do? Drink your water, okay? Because water is pretty much the foundationals. The bare minimum of you starting your detox journey, workout journey, whatever that may be, is just drinking water.
And like, to go back again, shameless plug, on drebonycoma.com, I have an ebook called Creating Glowing Skin. I am a person that's like holistic. I'm a wellness coach. Hello. So I talk about things that you can do without using any products that's store-bought. This is all natural gems. So I have a lot of my natural men and women out here. They're like, I've tried all these products, it's not working. Sometimes you have to give your skin a break from that, and let's get back to the old natural way and just see if that works for you. I'm not saying it's, like Donald said, going to work for everybody, but if you've been trying all these store-bought brands and it has not been working, maybe the holistic way can assist you. So I'm glad you brought that up, Donald.
Yeah, so moving on from skincare and skincare things alike, I know I'm going to go into Stone of the Week. And this week's stone is a Unakite Jasper. If my ring light will let me be great.
Oh, I was hating.
I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, of course, the ring light is in it a little bit, but you can still see.
So basically, this is a jasper. So most jaspers have very protective grounding properties. That's just a rule of thumb for any jasper you might think of purchasing. What makes Unakite so unique is that it's centered around the heart chakra. So for those of y'all who know, I am holistic as well. I love a good meditative session. I love my stones. I love my sage, my crystals. I'm even wearing one around my neck.
Yes, you gotta be protected.
I'm stay protected. Okay. But yeah, so Unakite, so the heart chakra, that may be focused around like your romantic endeavors, ladies and gents out there, because Valentine's Day is coming. So if you are looking to kind of bring some more intuition about any platonic or romantic relationships you have, this is a good stone to have. Also, this stone very much encourages balance with your emotions, so your inner self, your emotions with other people. So this is a good stone to have if you have trouble, if you have any toxic or any troubled relationships right now, or if you have some deep emotional trauma or any mental trauma that you're going through, this is a very good stone to have as well, because Unakite helps process all those old emotions and feelings, and it brings them to the surface, and it helps you cope with them in very productive and harmonizing ways. So that is Stone of the Week.
I love it. And so just to piggyback off of that, you guys know each week I do the enlightenment of the week. And so this week I'm going to go back to the #1 New York Times bestseller, The Becoming Book of Michelle Obama. I have been on this trajectory of reading this book, and I've been writing down like different quotes or gems that I feel like she's dropping in the book. And so because I didn't give you guys one last week, because we went over how to do your calendars and how to do your journals, this week I want to go back to Becoming a Michelle Obama. She stated, "Everyone seemed to fit in except for me." Of that moment now, and recognize the more universal challenge of squaring who you are with where you come from and where you want to go. I thought that was so dope. You guys in the mindset in the book, she was going around her cousins or different like family members, and because she had been brought up this way of like respecting people, loving on people, not judging people, it was her first time that she realized when she went around her cousins, she had to kind of dim down who she was to just be accepted by them. So whether that was like gossiping about people or like trying to downtrot somebody based upon what they were wearing, she said she was becoming that when she was a child. She was becoming that because she knew that would be accepted by those family members, but she never felt good doing that. And as a teenager, she finally started to realize like, just because you go around people that are not of who you are, doesn't mean that you need to change who you are to fit in. Either those people are going to be okay and embrace the type of person you are and hopefully elevate to your level, or they're not. And if that they're not, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that you have to change who you are to become them. So I just thought that was beautiful. If you guys want to see more, each week tune in to Unapologetic Conversations with the Comans, or make sure that you go on our Instagram, tap under our Instagram, which is unapologetically_Coleman. You will see Stone of the Week, and you will see Enlightenment of the Week, and you will be able to see the actual page number that I got that quote from. So tap in.
Again, another shameless plug for our Instagram. All of that stuff will be linked in the description box below.
Yes.
So yeah, getting into today's topic, we're going to be talking about the inauguration. Just going to give our little quick thoughts, opinions, things that we observed, you know, our little snippets, if you will. I think I'll lead us off today. I just want to say congratulations again to Kamala Harris for being the first Black and South Asian woman to ever hold the position of vice presidency. I think, and it's just so crazy that we are living through historic moments. Like, these are moments like we think we only see in history books. Like, we'll never live to see that, or, you know, things, it seems fictional, but to see it play out in real time, in real life, is just so momentous. I think that I'm grateful to have been around long enough to tell my children and my grandchildren, when that day comes, I ain't that old yet, y'all. When I have children of my own, that I was around to see that, because I think moments like that are so pivotal, not only in U.S. history, but also world history, right? So again, congratulations to her. Also, congratulations to the second gentleman. We gotta acknowledge that too. Yes. I think that is historic in itself as well. I just hope and pray that this transition, this new administration, we are in a time of healing. We're in a time of just recovering from a lot of just negativity from last year and everything we're going on with the pandemic still. So this is, right now, we're in a stage of transition. And I just hope that this new administration, there's a peaceful transition, and that they find success in all the goals that we elected them to reach. So
Yes. And I want to give a special shout out to Joe Biden's wife, the Dr. Jill Biden. Let's never forget that she is a doctor, and she's also one of the first ladies to have a job outside of the White House. So I just wanted to add that because I thought that was just so cool. It was so dope to me to know that she's a doctor and she's still out here and making her own way in her profession. Shouts out to all of my educated men and women out there, just to know that we are out here striving and shining in different ways. So if you guys are on the path of academia in any way, whether you're working on your associates, bachelor's, master's, accelerated programs, working on your doctorates, I just want you guys to look at what is happening. When people tell you that academia is something of the past, it's still real. Everybody doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, a hustler, however you want to define it. Some people go the traditional routes. And even when you do go the traditional routes of academia, you never know where it's going to take you. Look at Dr. Jill Biden. She probably never would have thought when she was pursuing her doctorate that she would be a first lady. And be able to do so many wonderful things. And sometimes just having those credentials open up doors like crazy. So shouts out to Dr. Joe Biden. I see you, girl.
Yes, and I think actually to piggyback off that, two things. One, I think she's the first ever first lady we've had that has hold a doctorate, a PhD. So I think that in itself, congratulations on that. I know we've had past ladies who are educated, but I don't believe any have had the PhD title. So
yeah, I think they've had like Juris Doctorates, you know, the JD.
Yeah, Michelle Obama, she has her JD. So we've had educated first ladies, but I don't think none that has held the title of PhD. So that's just exciting in itself, right? And then also to piggyback off of that, Dr. Biden was actually pregnant when she first got her first master's, I believe. And just her story, if you like read through her story, because, you know, we have to protect her at all costs. But reading through her story and just seeing how, you know, like you said, she's now the first lady, you know, she's still opting to teach.
Yep.
I just wanted to dig a little bit into her story and seeing how she was pregnant when she had her, she was in grad school, you know, having a kid, raising a family, and, you know, Biden's, you know, political endeavors, and she was handling all of that.
Yep.
And she got her master's and she went on and got her PhD. Yep. And I think, you know, in that story, everyone can get something out of that. I think that's very inspiring. So yeah, Dr. Biden, if you are listening to this, you are many.
You know what? Shouts out to you, Dr. Jill Biden. If you ever want to come on our platform, we would love to have you.
Honestly, I think that's so cool. Like if she were to come on there on our show, but also like to say that like if I wish I lived in DC, because just imagine like you go to class and then you see on the syllabus Dr. Jill Biden is your professor. Like,
oh my gosh.
You know how like cool, like I would just be so shook. Like I wouldn't even, obviously I'll pay attention to the coursework, of course, but I would just be at her office hours all the time. I would just be like, Dr. Biden, like that if you are fortunate enough to have her as a professor, please cherish her. Don't give her a hard time.
Yes. And if you guys are tapping in as college students, make sure you tag us to Dr. Joe Biden's pages. Hashtag us at Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans. I would love to have her, of course, her, Kamala Harris, both, Michelle Obama, the third, you know, all of you guys. But just speaking right now in reference to Dr. Joe Biden, I would love to have you on our podcast, because just speaking as a Black educated woman, knowing the trajectory that I went on and every challenge that I had to overcome, I also can mirror that with Dr. Jill Biden, because she not only stepped into the role as being Joe Biden's wife, he had a prior marriage where he had prior children. He unfortunately lost his wife. And just knowing that she stepped in and stepped up, that means so much to me too. You know, I love to hear that because Donald and I, we come from blended households. And so I know how challenging that can be to step into someone else's quote unquote family and then have to merge. But she did that. And she's, you know, just being out here, being humble still about it, and still being a professor, as you pointed out, Donald. And I just think that to see that in today's society lets us know that slowly we are evolving into a beautiful place, whether that's a place of acceptance, a place of acknowledgement, or just a place of putting people that are not cookie cutters, right? Cookie cutter traditional lifestyles, putting people like that on a platform where they're able to be presidents, vice presidents, where they're able to be the wives, first ladies of a president, and hopefully one day to be a president as a woman. I just think this is just, like you said, history in the making. I can't wait to see what these history books are going to look like, how our children in the future are going to be looking at these history books, and we will finally be able to say, like, I remember where I was at when that happened, or to give more of a backstory if the history book doesn't hit the nail on the head. So I just feel good about it. Like it's so good. It's so juicy. It's so good just to know that we are a part of history. But we got to talk about the fashions.
Yes, but before we get into that, I just want to acknowledge that, y'all, she is fangirling. If y'all haven't caught on by now, she loves her some Michelle Obama. So if we could get Michelle Obama on the show, I think that would be my Christmas gift to you.
Oh my God. I love her.
I think if y'all haven't caught on by now with her reading Michelle's book, she is a Michelle stan.
Yes,
okay?
I am.
Not a fan, she's a stan.
I am.
Okay.
For so many reasons. Mm-hmm.
But yes, let's get into the fashion statements. Because I think that is the huge caveat of the inauguration, you know. Yes. I think I just want to start off with the ladies. I think y'all showed up and showed out, okay? I think the outfits, they were power statements. I think though, like, I can't, I'm so flabbergasted. Like, it's still, even when you look at pictures online, you know, you see all three of them together, you know, Michelle, Dr. Biden, and Kamala, you know, it's just like, you feel that energy emanating. You feel that confidence, that the beauty, the grace, like, you know, you feel all of that, right? And so I think I want to dissect Kamala's outfit first. I think, because if you don't know, even I had to do some research on this myself. She wore the color purple, and the color purple stems back to when the women's suffragette movement, right? So the women's right to vote, and I think that's so cool that she was able to incorporate that into her inaugural outfit, because she's paying homage to all those women, you know, that came before her. Yeah, I think that's so cool that even in as simple as an outfit, you can incorporate so many powerful messages and beacons of inspiration. I think that's so cool that she was able to do that. And yeah, I think I'm fangirling now, so I'm gonna let you talk about. I assume you're gonna talk about Michelle. That's your icon. So let's get into it.
First off, Michelle's waist was snatched to the gods. Like, her waist was snatched to the gods. Let's start there, ladies. Ladies. We all know we are in the gym. We are trying to, like, eat right. We are trying to make sure that we balance all of our food intake so our waist can look like Michelle Obama. I don't know if it was a waist shaper. I don't know if it was just some type of undergarment she had on that squoze it tight, but whatever it was right. It was square to the. I loved her outfit, but I loved how she looked in the outfit. And I say that because that alone to me is a power statement. When you look good, you feel good. When you take care of yourself and you are pouring self-care into yourself, you can just see it. It exudes in you. So outside of the actual fabric of her attire, you can see that the body is right. She's probably in the gym. She's eating right. She's embodying everything when she was a first lady, how she taught about eating right and making sure that you fulfill yourself in healthy ways and not just consuming fast food. She's living her statement. Listen, however old she is, she looks great. So if you guys are out there still consuming Burger King, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's on a regular,
okay, wait,
you want to look like Michelle?
Chick-fil-A is good. Don't come for the Chick-fil-A. Nah, anything else, all right, stop it. But you can't take away my Chick-fil-A nuggets. You can't take away the nuggets. The nuggets.
Listen, I love me a spicy chicken with some Polynesian sauce. Don't get it twisted, okay? But I'm only eating that on like Saturdays, right? Because I have to have a cheat day. But she looks like she has maybe 1 or 2 cheat days, and that's it. Okay. But also, I wanted to get into her pantsuit and how it was a statement piece to me. She had a Black designer. Let's start there. A Black woman designer who designed her actual attire. That was dope. I love the symbolism in that. But I also loved how confident she just looked in it, how it fit her in a very curvy but classy way. And the belt was just an actual, like an accentuation of her achievements and her weight loss or whatever she had going on, because she looked great, great, great. But I just wanted to say the color of it too. It looked great on her skin complexion. And going back to the piece where I talked about when you look good, you feel good. If you guys remember, when she walked, and this is like a meme now, when she was walking, and I guess like Kamala had just got sworn in, and she gave her this look and she pointed at Kamala. And it was just like that, like assurance of now the torch is in your hand. And now I want to let you know I support you. To me, that meant so much to me, to see another woman of color, a Black woman, giving her assurance, giving her like, I got your back vibe to another Black woman. That was amazing to me to see that. And for it to be publicized, whether we as people, we love social media, so we have to put things in memes and make fun of it. That's just what our generation does.
Listen, I know you cannot talk because we both seen the meme, the Bernie memes. We both seen them, and they are
hilarious.
No, the one where it was like me, the start of the semester, and it was like, professor, it's in the syllabus, and it was Bernie sitting there. I was dead. Okay, the
one that caught me off guard was he's sitting in the chair, and it says me at a hood party trying to act bad and bougie, but I'm actually having a good time.
No, did you see the one? It was like Bernie knew that this wasn't his last stop of the day.
Yeah.
I swear the internet is ruthless. Like, y'all, I'm scared someone's gonna make a meme out of us. Like, y'all really swoop down and just revolutionize this man. Like, leave Bernie alone. He is trying to live his life.
He is. Bernie did not come to play with y'all. He knew he had to come to show his face. He reminds me of a person that goes to a party like, I gotta go just to show my face, but I'm only gonna stay for a minute.
Like, this ain't the last stop.
No, I got other things I need to do. But yes, that was an iconic moment. But also another iconic moment too, let's never forget, was Michelle Obama's hair. Whoever curled her hair, once again, curled it for the gods. The bounce in the hair never left. Every time I seen the camera pan for her, the curls was ratty. The curls were standing on guard. Like, oh, you thought that camera was gonna come pan this way? We went ready. Okay.
Do you remember that meme? It's that meme. It's like Michelle Obama stylist looking like they done did God's work.
Right. They would be looking like me right now. You guys can see I'm drinking this coffee too.
I think the one thing we can take out of this inauguration is a lot of memes came out of this. I think the memes have broken the internet. I think when it first dropped, like you saw the Michelle Obama memes, you saw the Bernie memes.
Yeah.
Just they memed it up. But I think one thing going back to the actual center of discussion with Michelle's her outfit was that, like you said, she rocked it with confidence, with grace, with elegance. And I think that in itself incorporated a lot about who she is as a person, right? Because you're seeing when she first entered the White House all those years ago, and you're seeing her growth into who she is now. The becoming part, Michelle has become she's blossomed into this beacon of just symbolism and just confidence and power. And I have to like applaud her on that. I think no matter who you are, I think if you saw her on that stage, you saw a woman of growth and you saw a lady of elegance, right? And not taking away from the other ones, but just Michelle right now, I think she just embodied just everything that a lady should aspire to be, I think. And maybe I'm overreaching, I don't know, but I think how she presented herself throughout the whole event was lovely. And even Obama, let's talk about Obama for a minute, because I think the one thing I definitely took out of this inauguration was I need to step my coat game up.
You gotta get you a pea coat. Stop playing.
Because I got like a short one, but I need a long one. I need some gloves because I think the gentlemen, the men in this inauguration showed up and showed out as well. Those gloves, those coats, and of course, Obama had to come in with the fresh fade. His personal barber got him right. He had to come in with the fresh. His Obama self, and I think those two really just stole it away. I think they walked in like just that power couple, just like you could feel it on the screen. Like if you were watching it live, or whether you were you couldn't watch the inauguration, you were at work or you were at school, and you watch it played back, you can just see. Just when they walked in, they knew themselves. They were confident, and I think just every couple should strive for that.
And I was gonna say that's that love. Like when you love somebody and they love you back, it's captured in a way where it's not forced. We've seen a past president and his wife when it was forced, right? But at this point, when you see Michelle and you see Barack Obama, it's just like we love each other. We're confident in our relationship. We don't have to fabricate anything. And Barack, you can tell he's proud to have Michelle on his arm. Like it's like a bop type of swag he walks in with. Where it's like, that uncle that comes to the barbecue and he's like, here comes Unc. Here comes
you know what? I think we may have to stop the show because you would never call Obama Unc. Not Unc.
Come on now. Come on. When he walks in, okay, he the uncle that comes to the barbecue that like his wife, he got a fine wife, right? And she come in, uncle always got to come to the barbecue and show his fine wife up. That is Barack.
So Michelle, like, Auntie Michelle, she just walked in. Auntie Michelle, she the aunt that walked in, got the faux. She got the coat on. She got the meek. She got the unbothered glasses on. And she just sitting there like.
Right. Like, and he walks over and give her like a glass of wine and she like.
She like, I should be in the Hamptons. When is the food ready? But even talking about couples, when you see Douglas and Kamala walk in, and you can tell their relationship is true love as well. Yeah. Going back, because y'all thought we weren't going to bring some mental health and wellness into this. She was silent. You can tell that love is genuine because when they walked in, Doug was ecstatic for Kamala. He wasn't in her way. He wasn't trying to manhandle, or he wasn't trying to. He understands the importance and the role that she plays. And I think that is so beautiful. And I think that their relationship should incorporate that, you know, all the man doesn't always have to be the center of attention. And I think he makes it a point, I'm not saying that his own work isn't significant, but he's there to uplift his wife. And I think that is so beautiful. And even seeing Jill when she was holding the Bible for Biden, you could see that love in her face. Like, this is my husband. Like, this is the president. Like, I support this man 100%. And it just makes you just like, I want that. I want that Michelle Barack love. Yeah. I want that Jill and Biden love. Yes. I want that Doug and Kamala love. Like, because it was all love and support. And I think that's so beautiful to bring in this administration with. I think that's a beautiful thing to bring in the year with. It's just, you know, well, first, self-love is the best love, always. But if you have a significant other, when you both are on the same page and we both are, you know, sync mentally, emotionally, physically, that right in itself is a beautiful thing. And I think everything we saw, the inauguration just incorporated all of what I just said.
I think so too. It creates a glow in you. Like you said, like man or women. And I can speak from the woman's perspective. When you're in like a healthy relationship, it exudes out of you. It becomes like a part of your personality, a part of your character. When you feel good about things you have going on in your life, like I said earlier, you can only pour into somebody what you already have, what you have poured into yourself. And when you have that self-worth, that self-love, that self-value, and your partner values you and it knows that they're worthy of that love that you have, and they respect your boundaries and they just respect you overall as a person, man, it doesn't complete you, because you have to complete yourself before you get in a relationship. Let's start there. But once you have somebody that is your yin to your yang and you guys are equally yoked, it just allows for life to seamlessly get better. Like if you are in a relationship where you feel like you gotta constantly argue about something, or the person that you're with is constantly trying to diminish you from whatever things or successful things that you're trying to do and accomplish, that ain't it. But if you're with somebody and they are only wanting to be antecedents to your growth, that's the partner. And you see that in Barack and Michelle. You've seen that in Doug and Kamala. It was just, to me, I know that Donald and I talked offline and he's like, I don't know, we can have a topic about the inauguration day. Didn't nothing pop off. But it was so beautiful that sometimes peace and beauty alone is worth talking about. And I think like sometimes in the media, we don't talk about the peace and beauty enough. We talk about like, girl, did you see old girl tripping on the red carpet? She tripped, fell and bust out, you know what, sometimes you just want to talk about like somebody looked good. Michelle looks good. Doug and Kamala's marriage, it looks good. Sometimes you just want to talk about that because you got to change the narrative. We got to change. We out here, history is changing, right? Democrats, we are in the office, we are in the Senate. We are trying to grow and do better things. And I feel like in media today, we got to change the narrative too about what we talk about and what we get excited about. If we're always excited about something like that downtrodden another person or it's negative, then we need to realize that that's what our society is going to reflect, because everybody goes to social media. If you want to know what's going on, whether it's politics, what's going on in the, I don't know, movie scene, whatever it is, you go to like places like Shade Room or Instagram, whatever. But if we start changing the narrative where we're talking about, especially like political people, in a more positive way, we can shake off the last 4 years, what we went through with that president, to now bring light to these beautiful people that's leading our country. So
and just to piggyback off that, it doesn't matter, what side of the aisle you may fall on.
Right.
This isn't, we like to emphasize, it's not a political show.
Exactly.
Podcast. We are humans too, but I think to bring it back on in, excuse me, it's important, no matter what side of the aisle we fall on, I think just to acknowledge the beauty and the grace and the elegance that we all witness. Like you said, it's such a beautiful thing. And I think like you also said, I think, you know, the world, we need more beauty and we need more light. And we need more harmony like that, like what we saw on TV. And I think no matter how you feel about the election or the outcome or whatever, we're not here to tell you you're right or you're wrong or your feelings are valid, because everyone's feelings are valid, 100%.
Yep.
But just to understand that, you know, at the end of the day, let's focus on bringing in the light. Let's focus, because I think I think it's yang that's darkness, right? We have a little bit too much yang in this world, and we need to bring back the yin, right? So I think moving forward, you know, with this administration and just life in general, I think I would like to challenge all of you listening to just invite more light into your life. I think invites more harmony and peace, and you can slowly see that. You'll see the clouds start to come away, that skin will glow, you'll see that productivity go up, you'll be on fire.
Yep.
Not literally, but figuratively, of course, on fire.
I totally agree. And wanting to go back to Michelle Obama's designer of her pantsuit, I was able to look the designer up. It's a young lady by the name of Sergio Hudson. The first name is spelled Sergio Hudson. She is a Black designer from South Carolina. And not only did she design Michelle Obama's pantsuit, later that day for Vice President Dr. Jill Biden, she also did like a accessory piece for her later in that day. So Sergio Hudson from South Carolina.
You kind of got your words stumbled up. You said Vice President Dr. Jill Biden.
Oh, my bad. Oh my gosh. Let me go back. So Michelle Obama's pantsuit was made by Sergio Hudson.
Okay.
Sergio Hudson was the designer. She's a Black designer from South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Later on that day, for Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, she also made a dress for her later that day. So shouts out to Sergio Hudson from South Carolina, out here doing big things. Hats off to you.
Yes. I think all the ladies, like I said, showed up and showed out. I think it was a beautiful ceremony. I'm just so excited to see what history has to bring for us next. I think we can all say it's been a chaotic couple of months, let alone the past year. So with that being said, it is that time. We need to start to wrap it up. Y'all know we love y'all so much, and we can literally talk for hours, but I don't think Spotify would like that. If we just had a 4-hour podcast we had to upload.
No.
I don't think they would like us too much.
And I don't think a lot of people's ADD or ADHD would be able to tolerate a 4-hour podcast. That's a lot.
No, I think maybe if, we had a TV show or, our own talk show, maybe.
Okay. Hey E, hey Bravo, hey WeTV, hey VH1.
Our email is linked below. If you're interested, and follow us on our Instagram. So yeah, just going into wrapping up today's show. Like I said, I challenge everyone to just invite a little bit more harmony, a little bit more peace into your life. Let peace be still. Again, don't seek it out in others. Work on yourself first, because all those people and couples that we mentioned on today's show, we don't know what their lives is like behind closed doors, but obviously you can tell that they found themselves, and now they're finding that in their partnerships and then in their marriages and relationships. So again, we know Valentine's Day is coming up. If you are out there and you're single, it's okay. It's okay to be single. Take that day to figure out what do you love about yourself first before you try and find any other endeavor, any other entanglement. Find out why you love you. I think that's so important.
I love that. Yes. Piggybacking off that, pouring into your self-worth, self-love, self-value. I talk about that all the time. I'm a strong believer. Even when I was working in the prisons as a clinical supervisor, I used to always let the inmates know to to pour into yourself. So I've been teaching as Dr. Coleman to always self-love, self-value, self-worth. That's a part of your overall hierarchy of self-care. Making sure daily you are doing something to give back to yourself, whether it's daily affirmations, meditation, grounding, or just going to the grocery store or shopping. Whatever it is that you need to do to give that love to yourself, you only get one you, one vessel, one body. So make sure you love and appreciate it. But to stem off of that, if you guys are not already doing this, like and subscribe on our YouTube. Yes, our YouTube, Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Definitely our Instagram, which is unapologetically_Coleman. You can also follow Donald at Trendsetter on Instagram. You can also follow me on Instagram at Dr. That is Dr. Period. Coleman, Ebony Coleman, and yeah, wellness, coaching, ebooks, fitness wear, some exciting news coming too that I hope to share with you guys in February. Extension that I'm doing on my wellness website that's going to make it so much better. But also all the Black businesses out there, entrepreneurs out there, scholars out there, people that are in school as students out there. Make sure that, yes, you follow us, but also make sure you follow your dreams, you pour into yourself, and you make it happen. Now go be great.
Yes, and to piggyback off of that, guys, make sure that you follow us on our Instagram. We will link all that in the description box below. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Yes. You know you want to hit that like button. It's just sitting there looking all pretty. Just click it. Okay. Make it blue. Make sure you guys are subscribed to us, and also make sure you hit the bell icon, because on YouTube you will never miss a beat. You will never miss when we drop a new episode. It will go straight to your notifications like, hey, they done dropped a new episode. Go look at it. And make sure and now we can say we're available on all streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple. Yes, my sister's a stand-up Apple too. We are on Pandora, just a whole host of sites. If you can name it, we are on it. So make sure to show us love on those respective sites. And yeah, any last final words, thoughts, comments?
That's about it. I think we said it all. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in weekly. All of our episodes are dropped every Monday. We record every Sunday. Love you guys so much.
See you guys in the next episode.
Bye.